Welcome everybody to the Connect Show. Today we are on episode 24 of season 3 and we are coming off so excited from last week. We had such a great event with the Fusion event. My name is Tracy Champagne and as always I'm joined by my partner Kim Knaak. Unfortunately, Mitch is feeling a little ill, so he's not going to be with us today. But
feel better.
Yeah, maybe he'll watch us online.
He might.
So.
If not, hopefully he's sleeping.
Hopefully he's sleeping.
Sounds like he needs
it.
Mm-hmm. Hello, everyone. I am Kim Knaak. I have to agree. Last week's episode was amazing. I had such an awesome time. And I went to Nashville over the weekend to celebrate my birthday. So last week was just great all around. It's kind of hard to get back in the flow looking at the number of emails that I have, but we have to. Today, we are happy to have two guests, Timm and Emily Fell. And Tracy and I are looking forward to connecting with these two.
And as always, we love to start our show by thanking our sponsors and our partners. The Connect Show every Tuesday at 10 a.m. is brought to you by Connect Media Live, where we help businesses reach their audiences through social media, web, and video. Just like we're doing here today. If you would like to have a show for your business, connect with us on connectmedia.live for more information.
Excellent. We also have to thank our hosting sponsor, Expansive Workspace, where we broadcast out of Studio A5 every single week. Expansive is a wonderful place to work, great community to be part of. We have location in Milwaukee. We are in Wauwatosa. There's Madison, and I'm going to be traveling all over the United States, seeing all different Expansive locations.
That's
Go
awesome.
to expansive.com if you're interested in the co-working space.
And as always, we're very thankful that you've come to watch the Connect Show. If you have a topic that we should be discussing, email us at ideas@theconnectshow.com. Mitch, I did it. I did it right, Mitch.
Again, we have to thank all of our guests for last week's Fusion. We had lots of food. We had lots of laughs, lots of fun. We had Ann Matuzek, Ashley from Golden Nest, Diane Kriegmer, who's an author, Sandra Heft, who is a volunteer for our makeup consulting, Lisa Richardson, Charlene Osterling. Gosh, I don't know if I said that right. Did I forget anyone?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I feel like we had a lot of people, so possibly, but I don't think so.
It was really great to connect with every single one of them. And we're looking forward to planning our next Fusion event. We do them
like every
quarterly.
3-4 months. Yep.
So lots and lots of fun.
And we want to make the show interactive. So if you're out there on Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube, if you're watching us right now, please put your comments in the chat because we will see them. John will bring them up and we can address them. So if you have any questions for our guests while they're up here, or if you have any questions in general, or if you just want to say, hey, your show is awesome, you can just put that in the chat too. We'd love to see it. And please share the show with some other people. And that's all I got on that.
Yeah. Let us know where you're watching. If in the chat, and John, you might pop some stuff up there if you comment with us. We are all volunteers here at the Connect Show. Myself, Tracy, John, Mitch, Sandra, we all do so much for the show, and we do it all for free to bring you a great show every week. If you would like to be a volunteer with us, please email us at ideas@theconnectshow.com. You have a topic, you have something you'd like to give, you like to just give back. Connect with us.
Little diamond thing at the bottom of the screen. That's a new diamond ball thing.
Yeah.
Our quote today is, "No one is useless in this world who lightens the burdens of another," by Charles Dickens. Well, I think just about everybody can do that. I mean, just even if you look at them walking down the street.
A smile can go the longest way. The longest way. I like to think of that too, where you never know. You can't always tell what's going on with people. And so just a simple smile can actually lighten the burden from someone else. So I absolutely love that. Way to go, Charles Dickens. I like it.
Are you ready for the question of the day? Oof, this is a loaded question. So how comfortable are you asking others for help or enlisting in other people's services to help you as a business owner?
Horrible.
Okay.
I have a really hard time asking for help.
I had a really hard time when I was just learning it because I didn't know what I didn't know to ask help about.
Yeah.
So I just spent a lot of time learning everything. But then as I got more comfortable, then I was able to ask help because then I felt knowledgeable enough to know what to ask help about.
Mm-hmm. And I think when you're just starting out, listening to what other people have to offer is really important. Like how much, we've talked about this in our financial month, how much time could I have saved and stress could I have saved just hiring somebody to do my accounting?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It seems like, oh, I'm just better off doing it myself. But are you producing the work that you should be producing if you're doing it yourself?
Right. Yeah.
So, how about you? How are you now with asking if you need
Now
help?
I'm just like, come on, people, where are you that I need you?
Right.
I'm like, now I'll ask anybody who's willing to help. Come here, come
Right.
here.
Like, would you like to volunteer for the Connect Show? Email us at ideas@theconnectshow.com.
Yeah.
Right.
I think if you get into the habit of doing it too, it becomes much easier. Like just with anything that you practice, even at networking. And I remember when I first started networking, it was very, very intimidating. I think for a lot of people it's intimidating. And I thought, why are all these people helping me? That does not make sense to me because the general world, people are not this friendly. These are some odd people. I think I kind of want to get involved in it, but I'm still a little skeptical about it.
Yeah.
Now I've become one of those people.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Where do you find, where else besides a networking event do you find a group of people willing to do exactly what you just said?
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to walk into a store
I would
and
say
find that
like
just out of
other,
general.
maybe other religious places, like a
Yes.
church or like a group or organization where people are always on a purpose to help each other.
Mhm.
But in the business world, I mean, you're not going to find that a lot in like corporations or anything. So
No, I agree.
So yeah, it's pretty nice. So the question of the day, does anybody in the audience have any comments on that question of the day? How comfortable are you for asking for help?
Oh, that's my famous Rick says, hope you had a great birthday week, my friend. He's famous. And I just made him even more famous.
Oh, that's awesome.
We'll tell a story about that another time, but I love famous Rick. So
Awesome.
Thanks.
Well, glad you're out there,
Thanks,
Rick. And your turn.
Oh, my turn. John is here running everything behind the scenes. Continue to comment and chat. He's making us all look good. John, do you have anything you'd like to say or throw in today? Or are we just going to keep on moving? Keep on moving.
John, you can answer the question, though. Can you just speak?
He might not have camera ready for himself.
Well, he doesn't need to be camera. Can he do voice? No?
Tracy's like...
Come on, just like, make it
Tracy,
happen.
I'm not ready for you this morning.
All right, maybe he can get ready and then we can do it later.
Okay. Mic check. 1, 2.
Check,
We're live here, you guys.
check.
I mean,
Hey,
Realize this is what happens in the live world, right?
Hey now. Yeah, hey. Coming at you live from the producer desk. It's John, the voice behind the camera.
Okay, do you remember the question of the day?
No idea.
Okay, it was, do you ask for help if you need help?
How comfortable are you?
How comfortable are you?
Not very. No. No, I know that I need help. I know that I need people to get me to where I want to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I am positive if somebody came to me and said, I have this problem and it was the same problem that I have, I would say, go get a coach that does this, this, and this. And then I'd say, get involved with a mastermind group that does this, this, and this, and get all the people around you to get you there. But I don't do it. But I have on...
John has given me this exact advice,
He
by
has
the way.
given it to me also numerous times.
Yes.
But here's one thing I have done. I have made a step and a progress. So there are things that I have people in my company who can do 10 times better than me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I am not doing a lot of things. And I'm having that team do all those things that they can do much better.
Yeah.
And so I'm letting go of a lot of things. And so sometimes I get feedback or sometimes I get input from them. And it's very uncomfortable because it's honest and it's right. And I'm like, oh,
jerk.
Whatever. Just do it. So that's my
Hey,
two
that's
cents.
a growing thing.
I do.
I do think that is a great leadership trait to be able to handle that.
Thanks for the input from
Yeah.
the voice behind the camera.
Yeah.
Back to you, Kim and Tracy.
Oh, well, we're actually back to you, Mr. Voice. Do you have any transition videos for us today?
Oh, Jesus.
We're killing them today. We're killing them.
Somewhere. Dang it.
He lost his mouse. He should have just kept talking.
Oh, there you go.
There he goes. Wild calm. All right, Al. I'm the only one ready. Everyone else is like, huh? What's going on?
That was a fast 6 seconds.
That was a fast 6 seconds.
Can you remove the blockage on the words? Thanks. Welcome, Al, to the show.
Well,
so
thank
glad to
you.
have you. We've tried numerous times, maybe not numerous, maybe a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We finally made it.
We made it. We made it happen.
Yeah.
I'm so glad to have you.
I appreciate being here. I enjoy being with you ladies. It's always exciting. I look forward to our time.
We get to see lots of Al. I love it.
So Al is a World War II refugee. In 1956, his family immigrated to America. After becoming a citizen, Al graduated from MATC, enlisted and served in the Army during Vietnam time. Al received his first insurance license in 1969. I wasn't even born yet. And became an independent agent. And built his insurance agency over the years.
He was elected to public office for 6 years as a councilman and volunteered for various other organizations such as the USJCs and Kiwanis International. Al was ordained into the ministry in 1994 and is a past president of the Greater Greenfield Community Chamber of Commerce. Welcome, Al.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
So referring back to our question of the day, how comfortable are you with asking for help in your business or whatever types of groups and things you've been organized or you've been involved in?
Well, it's growing into that comfort zone to be able to ask.
Mm-hmm.
At first, you kind of hold back, and then you realize if I get other people to ask for help, I can focus on what I know, build my strengths, and surround myself with people where I am weak at and communicate with them for help. And being part of a team effort. So it takes time.
Absolutely.
A new person, even being in front of a camera, it's just tough for some people.
Yes, absolutely.
And so going forth, asking questions when you know you need help. Sometimes at the beginning also, it's a financial question.
Mm-hmm.
Can I afford
Can I
to
afford
reach
it?
out?
Absolutely.
Yeah, when I first started in business meetings, where are you more productive in your business?
Mm-hmm.
Cutting your lawn or going out and seeing the people?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Get somebody else to do the other jobs.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
delegate
Absolutely.
and to let go.
Delegating is the key word, I
Yes.
think. And it's so hard for so many people to delegate.
Yes, it is.
So hard, especially when it's your business
Mm-hmm.
and you feel like you're giving a little piece of yourself. I
Right.
think, yeah. So that's super important. So here's your baby. Tell us about Legal Shield and why did you add Legal Shield to the portfolio, the amazing portfolio you already have? Why of all companies?
Well, in financial planning, my background over 40 years in that area, and investment securities, insurance, no matter what, we all have a will, but we don't realize it, whether we have it ourselves or the state has one for you if you don't have one. And it's the foundation of a financial plan to do with a family and even for a business to, again, pass off to a professional the responsibility. You think you may know, you want to ask Google, ask your barber, whoever, But why not get a professional involved? And doing Legal Shield, it's a paradigm shift in the business because we are helping the people, the masses, the top 10%. They don't need us. They've got their 24/7 attorney anywhere, anytime.
Yeah.
And the bottom 10%, we have legal assistance from the state, the local communities. But the bulk of the people, that's the last thing people want to think of is a will. People don't want to think of dying.
Right.
But covering those bases on a monthly subscription fee basis, like your insurance premium for your home, your auto, or magazines even, you can pay it monthly instead of $200-300 an hour or $500, depending on the specialty. And so we want to make it affordable. On the Supreme Court building, it states equal justice under the law. But it's not really true, because who can afford the hourly rates? God bless them. They're needed.
Right.
The attorneys, it's a great
Absolutely.
field.
Absolutely.
And we do need them. So
Yes.
everybody has their fit.
Yeah.
And so we come along to take care of the people, give them a legal umbrella over everything, all of their needs, through the paradigm shift, doing it on a monthly basis, offering services 24/7, whether it's here in Wauwatosa, Milwaukee, whether it's in Chicago, New York, Texas, anywhere in the country. We have our network of attorneys available to help the families for as low as $1 a day, starting at for a family plan. And
$1 a day.
That's
crazy.
That's huge.
Yeah.
And people nowadays can pick up the phone, and when they pick up the phone, they're able to have an attorney on call. They can schedule an appointment on the phone. We have the app, even on your own timetable. We've evolved into so many IT areas, social media. It's beyond me.
Absolutely.
It's one of my weak areas, as you all know. Very weak, so I always have to reach out for
Hey,
help.
you can message. You know how to do what you need to do. You can
Yes.
get by. You can get by
betcha.
just fine.
Yeah. So, but it's a great program, and the will is the most important basic foundation for a financial plan. And we provide it for $1 a day, whether it's the will, the power of attorney document, healthcare, financial, a living will for dependents, coverage. There might be a handicapped person in the home, a trust set up. We offer it. Trust, we go, if we do not cover in our regular plan at 100% coverage, if you will, then we still give a 25% discount on that hourly rate. So with our program, people do not have to pay the full retail price. And again, with it, it's always a discount or 100% paid benefit. So speeding tickets, lead foot. I fly low at times, so
You just said that on camera. Watch out, Wauwatosa.
for real. So I'm glad I got Legal Shield.
That's right.
Just talked to a gentleman last night. In 19 years, he had 17 speeding tickets, and
Almost one a year.
yeah, and he is still had representation on each one of them, and he saved a lot of insurance premium because his driving record still is good no matter what with all his tickets.
Yeah.
And he was able to get proper representation, and instead of trying to handle it himself or just go pay the ticket.
So are you saying that we should just get Legal Shield and then we don't have to worry about speeding then? So like we can just go.
We don't fix tickets. I want to definitely clear that up. But we sure give you the proper representation. So sometimes people don't like the answer they get because it's a true legal question.
Right.
And they get the right answer because at the touch of the app, you're talking to an attorney. They'll call you back within 4 hours if you want to schedule it that way, or you can set the appointment according to your timetable. And so when they call you back, they will give you the right answer. I had an issue myself with immigration issue. Long and short, I started out trying to help through a church program. And a young lady lost her status as a foreign student, student visa. And so friends of mine said, Al, you better call Legal Shield, one of my carriers. And finally I did it, and I picked up the phone. I told the lady, the intake person, it's an ICE issue, immigration issue, and he has up to 4 hours to call me on any time, but not turning, and except when it's an emergency, they'll call you back even in the middle of the night. But within 5 to 8 minutes, my phone rang, and it was a specialty attorney working in immigration issues. I told him what it was, the good, bad, and the ugly. Well, he told me the ugly. And long and short of it, the situation got taken care of. And if I wouldn't have had Legal Shield, I would have just kept on going. I could have gotten involved in a bad situation, potential. And so he saved me from all of that. And that's what we're there for.
And probably a lot of money.
A lot of money. Just imagine a quality specialty law firm, attorney, and just immigration. That's all he does. Would have been $500 or more an hour. And all I was paying at that time, even less than $1 a day for just that 24/7 coverage.
I think what's even, just to kind of repeat one thing back, that everyone needs a will. It is included with Legal Shield. You're not paying an extra fee. That's really, really important to me, that you're not paying an extra fee. I mean, it doesn't matter who you are. If you have something to give, right, you're not paying that extra fee. And you want to make sure whatever you're giving ends up in the right hands.
Right. Everybody likes to have, now, we had situations in America, down in Florida some years back. A lady was wound up in a coma. Her husband wanted to take her off support. And the parents, no, keep her on life support. And there was no will in place. So you never know when that moment comes.
Absolutely.
Tomorrow is promised to no man.
That's right.
None of us. So what predicament we'll face tomorrow, we don't know today.
Absolutely.
To have that extra power, we like to say we protect and empower people with our legal plan. It's just phenomenal, all the situations that we have helped, whether it's businesses or personal situations, we've helped people. That's what we're there for. That's why I'm still, like I like to say, as you know,
Here it is.
I'm retired, but not tired. I'm still kicking.
I love it. I love it. If we weren't on camera, we would probably have a high kick. I've seen it at networking events, and he can kick. He can still kick, you guys.
Yep.
100%. So
Him and Sarah have a competition
they
going.
do.
Mm-hmm.
They do.
Yeah, I tell you, it's fun, and you want to talk to people, like you mentioned earlier, with a smile, because you never know their situation until you start them sharing what's going on in their life. And you can't do it until we have a cup of coffee.
Absolutely.
Like today, I've scheduled an appointment after a networking event to get together and explore their situation. Everybody's situation is different. And even if you want to update your will, we do that also. It's included. And the beauty of it, once a year, if you need to, update your will or kick out your son because he's a bad boy. And hey, you better shape up. We'll put you back in next year.
Right. Well, I mean, there are always reasons to change. So.
Yep.
Totally. So I took it on back in 98 as a service with my legal plan and the financial planning business, because not everybody can afford to pay the full price, just what you said, for the legal plan. And I had a situation in Menominee Falls area. Lady called me up, Al, I just called the law firm and they're giving me a 25% discount. I said, what do you mean? Talk to me. Long and short of it, she called the wrong number. And I said, well, it's included in the benefit part of the package. Her will, the documents for power of attorney, healthcare, and financial. She said, wow, you just saved me $1,200.
Yeah.
I said, you called the wrong number because it's included. So she'll be a member for life.
Yeah.
Nice.
And that's what we all need to protect ourselves, our family. It's really a love letter for those that you leave behind with directions, communication, beats compensation.
Absolutely.
So if you had a client sitting here right now today, what type of testimony would they share with us? I mean, you kind of said one just now, but do you have any other examples in mind?
Well, for example, I got a homeowner. They did a remodeling on the home, a big job, got a contractor in and got subcontractors in. And long and short of it, they didn't do the job according to the contract, the subcontractors. And they had to redo that, and it saved them $20,000 on that contract.
Wow.
So
That's huge.
That was a family situation.
Huge. And that happens all the time with contractors.
Yes.
All the time.
Right.
And if you're not doing your research on your contractors, you really run a risk. But if you didn't do your research,
exactly,
you have the added benefit of Legal Shield.
Right. We had just a friend of mine, his daughter's in college now, out of state, different state, and she went to buy her car. And of course, my friend has Legal Shield. And they said, well, here, just sign this contract and we'll take care of everything. Well, I want to have my attorney receive this fax to him today, right now, and have him review it, and I'll get his response. No, everything's okay. It's your first time. It's okay to sign. No, my attorney is waiting for this contract. I already called him ahead of time. And so long and short of it, the attorney, the dealer, of course, followed through. The attorney called her, talked to her on the phone. He said to her, as long as he'll accept the changes that I made on that contract, you're okay to sign it. So she relayed that, and it came back. And yes, he took off, saved about $2,000
Wow.
on that, just that one phone call. To have the power, that's what we like to do. We empower people that can't afford to pay the hourly rate. To have that available in their back pocket on the app, to talk to an attorney, they'll call you back within minutes or within a few hours, 4 business hours. If it's reviewing a contract, gets involved in that, for example, you have 72 hours. We have a timetable that it's responsible quality control. We are so concerned about quality control. And sometimes things slip between the cracks. Like when I got into Legal Shield back in 98, took on the company, we had a different law firm downtown. But due to a medical condition, the owner of the firm wound up in the hospital. She had to hand things over to other people. They did not do the proper job. And so she lost her contract. And we're all independent operators. The attorneys are not employees of Legal Shield. They're all independent law firms. If they don't produce, they get their 800 number pulled, they get their contract pulled. And in the year 2000, we changed to Wagner, Faulkner, Judd. And they're our preferred provider for Wisconsin, Minnesota, and 2 Dakota, South and North. So, and they've been in business for over 90 years by now. And so we know we have quality people. And anybody calls into our law firm office of Legal Shield, we'll automatically know at the headquarters in Ada, Oklahoma, the biggest employer, about 700 people. And they'll know how long it takes to answer the phone, how long it takes for them to get back to the client. And it's just response. Quality control is tremendous. And I always tell my clients, I am the first line of defense.
Sure.
If you want to be in on the first phone call, some people are intimidated, talk to an attorney, and I don't know, the attorneys over the years by name, and when they get that attorney on there, I have helped people among family. Hard to communicate. God bless them. The good immigrants working down in the Racine area. And they were doing a greenhouse, farmers markets and that. They had a bad deal with a contractor again, and that contractor, and so I got involved through the daughter and the The mom was doing that with her dad. And long and short of it, he didn't complete the job. And I got involved. I even had sitting there while the attorney came online because I had that permission from the client. It's all privileged information. So I could relate properly to them. And I even went to the bank with him because he paid back $2,000 on the job because an attorney got involved. And he didn't do his job, period, just half of it. And so he returned $2,000. I went to the bank, make sure it wouldn't bounce or anything. And I walked out of the office with the lady, and she says, well, how much do I owe you now? I says, nothing. You already paid your monthly. She couldn't believe it.
That's absolutely wonderful. You have to just have a ton of great stories like that.
It's like having Judge Judy in your back pocket.
Right. I have to thank you so much for joining us today. Al, do you have any offers or special events or anything you'd like to share with our audience today?
Well, we also like to share that we have identity theft protection for the family. And for business owners, we have the business plans in different areas.
Yes.
All areas we get involved. And right now we have a special promotion going on at the company. We've just celebrated our 50th year not long ago in business. And they're offering to become, if those that want to empower themselves, looking for an extra income opportunity, be able to get involved, starting their own independent business contractor for $50 enrollment fee. And to get started, and we have training, we have everything provided. So we offer that right now, and like we say, we protect and we empower the people. That's what, equal justice for all of us. It's not who has the biggest wallet. Equal justice is so important.
Absolutely. For more information on Al, you can visit his page on our website, connectshow.com/Al Timm. Thank you so much, Al. It was a pleasure having you on the show today.
Yeah.
I
always
enjoyed
look forward
it.
to our conversations.
Thank you for allowing me to share. And it's great to be with you, always seeing your smiling faces and all the good you guys are doing. So God bless you.
Thank you.
Continued success.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming on.
You bet.
In going into 2023, a lot of people are calling and they want to create content, but they don't know what to create content about. One thing that you can do is have a strategy to create content about somebody else. So what that could look like is a conversation. Think of it like a podcast, but a little bit more structured. Or it could be just an interview with somebody, finding out about what they do and how they do it. If you find somebody who's related to your field, you can have a back and forth conversation. It'll share your expertise. But out of a long-form conversation, you can create a lot of small pieces of content, and it's a really great way to scale your efforts. You can take 1 hour and create 20, 30, 40 pieces of content if you go into it with the right game plan and you have a little bit of structure on the questions and what kind of answers you're looking for. So those are just some ideas of how you can create content in 2023, reach a wider audience, and be more efficient doing it. As always, in December, we have a great special on Media Day. We're going to have a link in the comments below, and I hope to see you in 2023.
We're in a new studio. We're not in that one anymore. I love it. Moving on up.
Yeah.
Welcome,
there's a
Emily.
song like that.
There is.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for joining us today. Emily is a mother of 3 children, a 12-year-old daughter with autism, a 10-year-old son, and a daughter who passed away 14 and a half years ago when she was 2 days old. She is an entrepreneur who is just starting her website design business. Emily was a teacher previously and a stay-at-home mom before her entire life changed dramatically.
These changes got Emily in the awesome position where she is starting her own company, and she wouldn't change it for the world. Emily has learned a lot, has had a lot of challenges, and has gone through these challenges and has become stronger and more resilient and happier because of all of it. So welcome, Emily, to the show.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
And we're going to go back to our audience question.
Which is not that one. It is. So how do you know when to trust people, or you're just starting out? So how comfortable are you with asking for help?
from others?
Not very comfortable. However, I have to be because I can't do everything by myself.
Right.
So like the accounting thing, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to get like some software and hire an accountant because there's no way I would have time for all that. And just looking into like I'll do the website stuff myself, but I'm also actually looking into hiring someone as well. And just so because my goal actually is to start a nonprofit that will help train people. And so she doesn't know how to do any website design stuff. So I'm going to hopefully teach her and then she can help me. And that's my goal. My daughter is my why. She has autism, like you guys said. And she, the other questions ahead of the game here. So she, I want her to have the same level playing field as everyone else. She's basically nonverbal. She does say some words, but her communication, verbal communication is not quite there. But I want her to be able to do whatever she wants as a career, not just, flipping burgers at McDonald's,
Right.
So she's my why. And I know that is my why. I will make sure it happens. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's very inspiring.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's always good to hear people's stories I like to hear a why. I really love to hear a why and what is driving someone to do what they're doing. And you can tell that they're going to have their passion, and hopefully we want to see success when you hear someone's why. So I think that's really important.
So what method did you use to learn website development, and what other programming languages have you learned? This girl, she's a geek. Let me tell you, she's even geekier than I am.
Tracy's not being very nice to me, you guys.
It's okay. It's true though.
It's so true.
It's true. Okay. So it's like good 4 years ago now. Wow. It's been 4 years. And so I went to a full stack, computer programming boot camp in Milwaukee, and so that's where I kind of learned the foundation of it. And then I went back to teaching because it's really hard, especially as a female, to get into the tech world, and you have to have experience to get a job. So like, so it was very difficult. So I was trying to I didn't know how to do it. So I'm like, all right, fine, I'll do teaching again. But then I quit my job and I'm like, you know what? I'm doing it. This is what I'm doing. And so then I pretty much continued my self-teaching of computer programming. I learned some JavaScript, some Python is really difficult. It is a data kind of back end, behind the scenes kind of thing for data, analysis and stuff. But that is my goal. I will accomplish that goal one day. But yeah, so I do WordPress. Divi is fun. I do like Divi. So I wasn't too gung ho about the Divi, or not about the Divi. I'm sorry, the WordPress at first, but it's I learned it, and it's very relatively easy when it works. Sometimes like, why isn't this working? But that's same as with like HTML as well. I do like HTML. And CSS to make the website pretty. But yeah, I'm trying to think. JavaScript, JavaScript is the language that makes it interactive. And like when you click on something, that's JavaScript, making it happen.
I like that you're explaining what the things are because, not everyone, most people.
I know, I'm
most
the nerd.
people don't know the things.
Yes, yeah, the things. Yeah,
Way to call her a nerd, Tracy.
I know. I called her a geek. She's a geek.
A geek.
Okay.
She called herself a nerd.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about this new business that you want to work on or build.
So my business is called Website Design That Shines. And I want to make websites for people, specifically like women-owned businesses, people that are neurodivergent, like my daughter, and sometimes myself. Like I just totally think outside the box. Like I'm just like, well, that's a crazy idea, but then it works. I don't know. And so. I just, I want to make websites for people that are just starting out, like me. They don't have, and I don't have my own website done yet. I need to get it done. But, because I'm starting my own business, I got to get everything else done too. I'm like, oh yeah, I got to get my website, because I am a website design. I probably should get that done.
I have to tell you, a lot of website designers, their website is always left for last.
Yeah, always, right?
Always.
I say that with my social media. Don't go look at my social media.
Don't look at mine.
Go look at my clients. Don't look at mine because mine is not one to look at. So.
Yeah, so that is my goal, to get my website done eventually, and just make beautiful, functional websites for women-owned small businesses, and people that are starting out with their company, and even if they want to rebrand, like they're like, oh my gosh, my hosting person and their company is just, they're just horrible, like in the dinosaur age, and everything is like a la carte, and I just get it. I have my own hosting company, but I have a hosting company, and they're great. And I suppose I can do a plug for them. It's Cyberlink in Franklin. So there you go. Yeah,
Local.
Yeah, I love it. Support local.
I just.
Sean says the cobbler's kid has no shoes. That is so true.
Yeah.
So true.
Does that mean because my website isn't done?
That's right.
Yeah,
Your website's not done.
Right,
my social media sucks.
I haven't touched my website, and I don't.
How's Tracy Champagne?
It's got old photos in there. Yeah, it's pretty old.
Right. So, how did you become interested in web development, coding, all that? What brought that forward?
I went to the boot camp, but just because. Okay, so 7 years ago, I couldn't even figure out how to do a Google Doc, like open it and edit it. I'm like, how do I do this? And then I just started really getting excited. But I'm like, I can do this. I'm smart. I got it. I went to college. I got my master's. I can do this. And I just kept learning. I self-taught. Before that, I did get some mentoring, but then I just kind of took it upon myself and just kept learning. Google. So
Google's great.
Google, yeah.
I mean, let's go back in time to MySpace. I learned HTML for that, right? I did, so I could make my own page beautiful. But
oh my goodness, remember having
that was the little, only coding I ever learned.
Well, that's impressive though. Yeah, but the little animals, the farm animals. Do you remember that? Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh my god.
I guess that was my first development moment.
That's pretty cool. That's awesome.
I didn't continue it any further.
It's fun though.
So.
Very cool.
So, what you also are talking about doing a nonprofit too. So, can you tell us a little bit about your ideas for that?
I want to, 7 years ago, like me, I didn't know how to code and make websites. And if someone wants to do it and change their life, and I would be happy to teach them. And then however they learn, if they learn by just exploring and getting into it, or documentation or tutorials and stuff, like YouTube, that's my go-to for I can read this for so long, but then I'm like, all right, I need a video. It's just give me something quick, give me the right answer, and so I can figure it out. So yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. So Emily's got tons of exciting things coming up. I'm so excited to watch her progress and see where it goes. And she is helping me on the fish fry guide. She's been doing some work there. She's been getting her hands dirty with some divvy, which has been great.
Excellent.
Yeah. And by the way, everybody, she is a volunteer for the Connect Show also. She does a lot of the she added herself and Al to the website this week. So she's been doing the bios and so she's really getting in and really getting her hands dirty and doing some website stuff for other people, and it's been great. So if you guys need a task with a website, she's the girl to go to.
Excellent.
Yep. Thank you.
So do you have any specials or offers or events or anything coming up that you want to tell our audience about today?
Well, not exactly, but I plan on going to some restaurants for some networking in the Greenfield area, West Dallas, just to get my business known and other businesses known, just so we can connect. And I will put it on my LinkedIn, so the LinkedIn will be on my page on the Connect Show. And so just, click on that and I will post all my networking events and some specials. I'm trying to think. I'll probably have to say, if you get if you bring in maybe some referrals, I will give you a 50% discount if you, give me another website, company to work with. So yeah, awesome. 50% off. You heard it here.
Amazing.
You heard it here. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
We do have a page on the website that she just said. Did you? I think John had that on the
Yeah,
screen.
I think so.
Knackshow.com/Emily Fell. Thank you for
Yeah,
joining
thank
us.
Thank
you.
you so
today.
much for coming on.
Thank you.
What a great day for new people starting out,
Mhm,
right?
mhm.
I think there's a lot of motivation behind watching other people succeed for me, and so I really enjoyed it very much.
Yeah, it was a great show today, and it's getting sunny outside, so that's great. It's nice and warm. It looks warm. Warmth is good. And we want to thank our volunteers so much for helping out, doing all the stuff behind the scenes, making the images, sending out newsletters. If you're interested in being a volunteer for the Connect Show, we are all volunteers on the Connect Show, so please reach out to us. I'm sure we can give you a task or two. And next week we have Lynn Herkes and Adrian Miller. We are virtual next week, so look forward to that, of us all being online. And yeah.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Help our community grow by reaching out, inviting a person, sharing the video that you're watching, like, subscribe, all of the great things, comment afterwards. We appreciate you all, and we'll virtually see you next week.